In this lesson, we're going to round off numbers to the nearest 5. All right, I'm going to give you 3 simple points. If you follow these 3 points, you'll never get this wrong. Okay, when you round off to the nearest 5, we look at the last digit of the number. Just concentrate on the last digit of the number. And then, if the last digit is a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, or a 7, these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of them, we round off to 5, or the last number must be a 5. For example, let's look at this number. The last digit there is a 6. So what do we do? The last digit becomes a 5. Just that. 5, 6, 7, 567,875. We have rounded off to nearest 5. And if the last digit is a 0, 1, 2, it means the first 3 numbers from 0, we round off to 0, meaning that the last digit becomes a 0. For example, let's say this number 567,872. Just check the last digit. It is a 2. And then this is a 2 here. If it is a 2, then the last digit becomes 0. So it's 567,870. And then the last point. If the last digit is an 8 or 9, the last 2 digits, 8 or 9, we round off to 0, but there's a condition here. But we should what? Increase the tens digit by 1 before we make the last digit 0. Before we make the last digit 0, we must increase the tens digit by 1. For example, let's say this is an 8, which is this. What we do, we must increase the tens digit by 1, becomes 8. And then this last number or the last digit becomes a 0. So it becomes 567,880. Okay, so remember these 3 points. When rounding off to the nearest 5, just remember these 3 points, and then you will never get this wrong. Let's do some activities. Right, round off the following numbers to the nearest 5. You may pause the video and try these 4 questions, and then after that you check the solutions that I'm going to give you. Okay, let's check. We're just concentrating on the last digit. So this is a 7. We said if a number is a 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, then the last digit becomes a 5. If this number is rounded off to the nearest 5, becomes 7,857,325. Okay, and then this one, the last digit is a 2. If the last digit is a 0, a 1, or a 2, then the last digit becomes a 0. So it becomes what? 525,170. See that? And then here, the last digit is a 5. This one is already a 5, so it doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything here. 11,985 is still 5. Okay? And then what about this one? The last one. The last digit is a 9. We say that if the last digit is an 8 or 9, what do? We increase the tens digit by 1 and make the last digit 0. Becomes 880. Okay, this is how we round off to the nearest 5.